Nice and slow, zooms. And stay on your shots. Don't zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. Just stay on the shot. This was kind of blocking the sun. That's good. Or which one? So move it. Okay. Is it better?
Just 6 orders and you gave me $20. see down the blue? Mr. Galaxy. Oh, I see. Look on the right side. You see that in the blue shirt. Look on the right. shirt? Mr. Kelly. Can't see that. Like he's gonna do the McGregor walk.
Is he coming?
See? He has the sunglasses on, he's literally by himself.
Good evening and welcome, folks. I've just been asked to make a quick security announcement before we start. Please be aware of the exit closest to your seat. In case of an emergency, walk down the bleachers. Look for the personnel in the yellow security vests and orange wands or a uniformed police officer to guide you out of the oval if we need to do that, but we're not going to need to do that. Let's all please stand for the Star Spangled Banner, please. Thank you.
There you go.
family, friends, faculty, board members, town officials, and fellow graduates. I'm Sabrina Poe, the senior class president. I'm honored to have this opportunity to speak at such a momentous event, and would like to first thank all of you for the support and faith you have given us over the years. My 4 years at Nutley High School have been some of the most important years of my life, and I'm so proud of how far we all have come. I still remember how nervous I was when I first moved to Nutley 7 years ago. I didn't think I would fit in the least bit, let alone be speaking on behalf of our class today. But on my very first day at NHS School, I was immediately welcomed. My peers were all so friendly, and I'm happy to call some of them my best friends today. I think that this shows how close of a student body we are, and how great these years have been. Whether you spent 1 year or 12 in the Nutley School District, you have all made your mark on school and community. We have all come together as a class and accomplished so many great things, shown by the enormous amount of fundraising and service we have done. And now it's time for us to make our mark on the rest of the world. Through our time here, we've started to figure out who we are and grow into amazing individuals we are today. While we're all such different people, we think so alike and have so much in common, way more than we think. We've been through so much together, and getting to know the personalities that lay underneath one another has been such a wonderful experience. We all view each other through different perspectives, and I'm amazed by everyone I've gotten to know through my eyes. All of you have impacted my life in some way, and though some of your roles in my life are bigger than others, you are all forever a part of my universe, and have made me who I am. Whether you simply walked past me in the hallways, struck a conversation with me in class, are an acquaintance of mine, or a lab partner in science, or one of my closest friends. I'm proud to play a part in your own little universes. Whether you'll remember these little moments or not, I'm happy to be in them and to have been a part of this stage of our lives. Although we are all going our separate ways, I know that we will always remember the memories we made together, from freshman year, when decathlon still existed, to events like the fashion show in prom, and to this very moment, graduation. We are your class of 2019, a class who not only survived, but thrived to get to where we are today, through an immense amount of hard work, and through the support we received from our families, our teachers, and from each other. Nutley High School has gone through many changes over the years, but I am so proud of everything we've achieved and of the legacy we are leaving behind. I wish all of you success and happiness in the future, and I cannot thank you enough for giving me a place I am proud to call home. Congratulations, my fellow graduates of the class of 2019. I hope you all leave today with a sense of accomplishment of all you have done over the years. Whatever we do, and wherever we go, may we always be friends when we meet again. And now I have the honor of introducing the salutatorian, my fellow classmate and dear friend, Faith Bartel.
Good evening and welcome administrators, board members, teachers, family, friends, and classmates. I truly cannot express what an honor it is to be standing here in front of some of the most intelligent, hardworking, and genuinely kind people I know. Looking ahead at my classmates' faces, an overwhelming sense of pride fills my being. We made it. Through all our trials, tribulations, and triumphs, we made it. And though I am excited to walk across this field and receive my diploma, as I'm sure we all are, I cannot help but reflect on some of the sometimes positive, sometimes negative, and always incredibly valuable moments that are flashing through my mind right now, like the scenes of a nostalgic movie. Entering high school, none of us knew what to expect. We knew the version of high school portrayed in TV shows and movies, the version with 30-year-old actors who are obviously too old, stereotypically segregated cliques in lunchrooms, and students who always dress way too nice for a typical weekday. We knew that high school wasn't going to be Grease or High School Musical. But through the ever-forgiving lenses of retrospect and nostalgia, I can genuinely say that my experiences at Nutley High School were better than any of the impossibly high standards portrayed in the movies running through your minds right now. I know some of you probably think that's crazy. I I mean, they never actually have to do any work in those movies, and I'm sure some of us probably wish that all of our problems could have been resolved with a simple dance number. But let me explain. What's a movie without a sappy monologue at the end anyway? Freshman year, we were shoved into the exciting and confusing introductory phase at the beginning of our movie, the exposition, the foundation of the story to come. Some of us were ready with the notes in our hands, and others were still waiting on their popcorn popping in the microwave. But nonetheless, high school began. We met a bunch of characters we didn't know much about and couldn't quite remember the names of yet. We sort of knew the plot, but had no clue of the direction it was going in. We rarely even knew ourselves as our own protagonists, but that only left us room to grow. Sophomore year brought the development of the relationships between our characters. I myself became closer with the people who I know will remain close with for the rest of my life. Junior year continued the rising action of our plots with the development of more genuine versions of ourselves. We conquered the seemingly insurmountable obstacles of AP classes and standardized testing. And in doing so, we relied on each other. We stopped competing and started fighting as a group. We worked our way to the top together. Our women league senior year, the climax, call in action, and resolution all wrapped into 1/4 of our entire high school career, the best and most important part of our movies. We entered this year stressed about college and the rest of our lives. We rushed to get our essays done and slaved over making every detail of our applications perfect. It was the most important thing that we'd ever done. And when that frenzy, that chaotic climax was over, we thought our movies were too. We moved from class to class and sat in our seats counting down the minutes. But one day, I stopped and looked around. The dust had finally settled, and I realized that some of the most important lessons of my life had been hanging in the air in front of me all along, even in the always humid halls of the second floor annex. Like the black and white films that our parents forced us to watch, calculus taught me that though movies are sometimes boring, that doesn't mean they aren't made well. They lay a sturdy foundation for creations to come. Like mystery movies, macroeconomics taught me that sometimes things just won't make sense when you first look at them. It takes dedication. Like cheesy comedies, Italian taught me that things can never be perfect. Sometimes we'll go wrong, but all we can do is laugh at the memory of it and continue on. And like a sappy drama, creative writing taught me to open up my heart and mind. Without these classes and all they taught me, I would not be the person I am today, saying these words in front of you right now. And as the credits of this movie roll, I would like to say thank you to some of the people whose names are listed. First off, thank you to Miss Lanier, Miss Raymond, and all of my other teachers for helping make me into the person that I am today. To Mom, Dad, and my brother Joseph, thank you for always supporting me through everything I do. To Papa, Nana, Grandma, and my many cousins in this school, thank you for always being there for me. And finally, to all of my peers out there in your hats and gowns or in the audience, thank you for being some of the most amazing, funny, and best friends I could ever ask for. I know what you're thinking, but no, this is not the happy ending. This is the cliffhanger. Because every great movie has a sequel, and look, we sold out the box office. Whether I be a part of the cast or an audience member in this next part of your lives, I can't wait to see what you all do next. I know it'll be even better than the original. And now, it is my honor to introduce one of the most intelligent people I know and one of my closest friends, our class's valedictorian, Owen Morris.
Good evening, parents, family members, teachers, administrators, board members, and most importantly, fellow members of Nutley High School's class of 2019. First, I'd like to take a good moment to thank some of the people who've gotten me to where I am today. Thank you, Mom, Dad, Natalie, and the rest of my family for always encouraging me to try my hardest and making me into the person I am today. Thank you to my dog Zoe for the moral support. Thank you to all my teachers for helping me to learn as a student and grow as a person. And a special shout out to Miss Lemire for being a great friend and a great help writing the speech. And finally, thank you to my friends. I love you guys. Today I stand before you, the class of 2019, making this speech because I am your valedictorian. In the literal sense, we all know what this means. I know what it means to all the people who hear the title, all the people who congratulated me on such a great achievement, all the people who ask me how it feels to have achieved such great success. But what does it mean to me? For so long I've worried about that title, valedictorian. In my mind, the word alone seemed to carry so much weight. It seemed to be some magic key that would unlock a world of possibilities for the future. But what it really is, to me, is a lesson. And despite all I have learned from the work that went into achieving it, possibly the greatest lesson has been, to quote Tom Petty, to quit worrying about stupid things. So many of us, myself included, have spent too much of the past 4 years worrying. We've worried about grades because of how they would impact class rank and college admissions. We've worried about college admissions because of how they would impact our careers. And we've worried about our careers because of how they would impact our lives, how they would impact the debt incurred from all the schooling we take to get there, and how that would affect us and our families. When all of these things seem to be all that matter, it's easy to get so caught up in the future that we forget about the present. Life loses meaning when you fall into this cycle of always worrying about one thing because of the next. It's important to look ahead, to have goals, to plan, and to set yourself up for success. But the future should excite you, not consume you. Your future is important, but when you only worry about the future, you never really get the opportunity to live in the present. So all I ask is that you find something you care about, something that makes life meaningful, and focus on that. Hold on to what's important now, and don't worry so much about the rest. We've made it this far, and we will continue to succeed. Just remember to keep having fun along the way. I remember the day I was named valedictorian, the day it was no longer an aspiration, but a reality, no longer a rumor, but an official announcement. I was sitting in English, talking and laughing with my friends, just like any other day, when the phone rang, and I was called down to the guidance office. I knew exactly what it was for, and yet my emotion was more exasperation than excitement, annoyed at the fact that I would have to leave the conversation I was having with my friends. Still, I went down to the guidance office, sat down, received the news with an obligatory smile and a thank you, and returned to class just the same as when I had left, no different for having received the award. I can only really describe the moment as significantly underwhelming. After all, this award was 4 years in the making. For 4 long years, I had worked for this, slaved over this, sacrificed time for sleep, friends, and family for this, and yet, in the moment, reality seemed to fall short of expectations. Don't take this the wrong way. I am absolutely honored to receive such an award and to be able to make this speech today. And regardless of everything I've said so far, believe it or not, I did not come here simply to criticize the title of valedictorian or to appreciate the value of the award. I only wish to make it clear to you that it is a title and nothing more. Certainly not meaningless, only relatively meaningless in comparison to that which has made high school truly memorable. Being valedictorian means that I get to stand up here today before all of you, but as soon as graduation ends, so does any fleeting meaning which this title carries. What will remain, however, is the knowledge, the memories, and the friendships that I have made along the way. I stand up here today, but as I look out at the group of people before me, I see a group of equally smart and qualified people. I believe that each and every one of you has the potential to do great things. I stand up here today, but still, I will face the world from the same position as all of you. I won't pretend to be smarter than all of you. I'm not. I won't pretend to have some wisdom which any of you lack. I don't. And I certainly will not pretend to be any more prepared to leave the comfort and security of Nutley High School for the uncertainty of the real world. I'm not. For those reasons, I will not offer you any advice today. My own is no better than yours. What I do have for you is merely a proposition, and that is to live in the moment and let everything you do mean something to you. Looking back, it is clear to me that what really mattered was never the awards, accolades, or admissions. When I reminisce about these times, I won't be reminiscing about grades or titles, regardless of their effect on the future. They won't mean anything. What I will remember, though, what has truly made Nutley High School mean something to me, is all the experiences I've had and all the people with whom I've shared them. To the people who made these past 4 years truly meaningful, you know who you are, and I thank you for that. To the rest of you, I suggest you do the same. Appreciate those who have brought meaning to your life. And to all of you, remember that life is short. Hold on to the people that bring meaning to that time. Hold on to the memories you made with them. But most importantly, keep making new ones. Whatever you do, though, just remember to enjoy it. Thank you.
I would just get a wide shot. I would just get a wide shot. I think the band's gonna start playing. Yeah, but I would just get a wide shot just in case. And then you have here they come.
I knew they were going to see you. I want to make a speech next year.
I want to look to see it.
But I have to be smart, or the class president. I want to make a speech next year, but apparently I have to be smart.
Jimmy! Don't forget, when they leave, when they process out, they're going out that way, so make sure you get a nice shot of everybody.
He said that when he comes out, he's going to take a better walk. It's like he's going to clean us up.
Yeah, let's give it up for the music tonight, folks. Good evening and welcome to Nutley High School's 147th Commencement Ceremony, celebrating the 149th graduating class of 2019. Yeah, 2019, you guys. Superintendent Glazer, Central Office Administration, and Board of Education, thank you for providing what is best for all of the students. To Mayor Scarpelli and the Board of Commissioners, thank you for your support of public education in this town. To faculty, staff, coaches, advisors, counselors, administrators of Nutley High School and Nutley Public Schools, a huge thank you for your commitment to your craft. I am humbled by the passion and energy you bring every day when you work with our students. To the parents, guardians, and our graduates, thank you for a productive partnership. Your support has made the difference and has helped shape the character of these fine graduates and has enabled them to be ready for the next step. Did you think it would fly by so fast back in 2001? No. You may now check off high school graduation on your to-do list. Moms, dads, aunts, uncles, grandparents, thanks to you, the class of 2019 is ready for the next chapter, and in recognition of your efforts and commitment in shaping them into who they are, I ask the graduates to now stand up and salute your parents and graduates that we practice. Stand up. All right, guys, good job. And now to the class of 2019, congratulations, you did it. 19, as we'll call you from now on, you're 19. We see before you guys the assembled AP scholars, the artists, the athletes, the volunteers, the poets, musicians, engineers, Eagle Scouts, school record breakers, singers, graphic designers, performers, blood donors, voters, leaders, and caring individuals that you've become. You've done an excellent job here during your time at Nutley High School. You've persevered through these times of change and through your own personal struggles. And you've given back thousands of service hours to this community. In short, you have made your mark, and I am honored to know you and to have the advantage of watching you grow as your principal. So here comes the big piece. What do I say? A few days ago, I was sitting and being mindful and listening to some music. I had just finished a book by Oliver Sacks. He's a famous neuroscientist. He's a guy who studied how the brain works. And I was listening to a great 80s song from one of my favorite groups, XTC, from the Stone Ages. The 80s, great time. They both figure into the following 3 life tips I will give you for coping with the real world. Life tip number 1, be present. Have the courage to escape from the trap of technology and the immediacy of social media, even for a day. Unplug, put it down, and just be. Retake your place in the everyday world around you, and discover what makes you tick. The zombie stare of American teens plugged into social media is something we see all day. Distracted walking, driving, and thinking are robbing us of your potential. Oliver Sacks realized this, and he realized the addictive nature of tech on our brains and your brains. Early on, writing back in the 90s, he said, quote, "Those trapped in this virtual world are never alone, never able to concentrate and appreciate in their own way silently. They have given up to a great extent the amenities and achievements of civilization, solitude and leisure, the sanction to be oneself, truly absorbed, whether contemplating a work of art, scientific theory, the sunset, or the face of one's beloved." When I read that, it led me to think, what's life tip number 2 for these guys? That would be get engaged and be engaged. Get off social media and actually talk to people. Use words. I'd give you about 240 words of the day to work with. Thanks, Ken and Tang, for the help this year. Really appreciate it. We'll work on mispronunciations later, it's okay. Civic engagement is the lifeblood of a democracy, and it requires us to talk it out in order to get things done, guys. You may even disagree with those you engage with, but that's okay. Keep talking. The English language has been used to write love songs, sonnets, and epic sagas. It can easily be used to demonize, objectify, and spew hatred. I ask that you use your words, as many as you need, for a positive affect. All right, this led me to life tip number 3. This will be the hardest. Be kind. Embrace love in your hearts as you engage the world. As I wrote, that XTC I was listening to was playing, and the following lyrics came across. For a heart without love is a song with no words, and a tune to which no one will listen. It may be hard during these times, these very trying times, but embrace that natural impulse, the human impulse of love, and let it fill your hearts, and influence you as you move through these lives. And that's it. I hope some of these points resonate with you, maybe not now, maybe later. And I hope that you develop the capacity to thrive and survive. We're really looking forward to hearing of your success. Now I'm done, and it's time for you all to go. And oh, the places you will go. To those going to 2- and 4-year colleges, please stand. From Essex Community to Yale, from Quinnipiac to Pepperdine, remember the lessons your teachers have prepared for you to encounter the rigors you will face at the next level. We look forward to your success. Keep it going. You may be seated. To those leaving to serve in the military, please stand. We salute your patriotic service. Remember that you come from a town that has always defended freedom, from Brian Lawton in the Civil War to John Borman in the Korean War. We wish you well in your future plans and a safe journey home. Semper Fi. You may be seated. To those entering directly to the business world of trades, please stand. As you reach levels of personal success, remember, give back in service and caring in the ways that were modeled for you at Nutley High School. And we look forward to hearing of your success as well. You may be seated. Finally, to each and every one of you who are graduating, I ask that you remember this town, this place, this Nutley, a community of caring and support. Remember all it gave you, and remember to give back wherever you may wind up. May the good Lord shine a light on you, and every song you hear in your favorite tune. Godspeed 2019, you guys are going to be missed. Dr. Glazer, I certify that these students have met the requirements of the state of New Jersey and the Nutley School District, and I proudly present to you the graduating class of 2019.
And Mr. Williams, I proudly accept the class of 2019. I am so honored and pleased to be with you here tonight. And while I'm just completing 3 years in Nutley, for many of you this evening is another milestone on your Nutley timeline. Next week at this time, I'll be in Bexley, Ohio, a town not so different from Nutley, at my own high school reunion, seeing many of my classmates for the first time since I was 17 or 18 years old. I was thinking about my high school experience compared to what I've seen here in the past 3 years, and I have to say, it was much easier for me than it is for you today. To believe in some basic and some unchanging truths, to aspire to a code of conduct that was largely accepted as setting the standard for governing one's actions, and to hold fast to traditional concepts of integrity and honesty. In my day, years ago, there was something akin to a generally accepted social compact, defining what was expected of people in their personal lives. The lines between right and wrong, between morality and immorality, between acceptable conduct and conduct that was to be commended, was brighter and clearer, and those lines were much more easily drawn. In 1999, when it was revealed that the mother of one of the Columbine shooters was also from my hometown, the world began to change. The September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks changed the world again, and forever altered our response to so many things. Transformation and change can cause feelings of unease and uncertainty. Technology has accelerated the pace of that change. As a class and as a community, we've also felt the effects of change. We've learned to adapt, but change doesn't come easily for most. It can be exhausting rather than empowering. But we've also learned that when you put people first, when you're able to connect, you have a much deeper sense of purpose. In my time in Nutley, I've seen this class succeed through transformation. Whether block schedules, secure entrances, new IDs, or finding your voice in supported issues of importance to you. You've gone all in. The rules have changed as to how our world works, and our challenge is to respond locally and globally, thoughtfully and rationally, to a world we understand and recognize, but which no longer exists. As a class, you'll be responsible for building solutions and structures that fit within this new world. I hope you'll be inspired to challenge your old assumptions and ways of doing things, and think about solving not just the problems of today, but for the problems of the future. Use your judgment, use your intelligence, take a risk to cooperate with each other, to engage with each other, and to encourage everyone to ask for help or to give help. It only takes one voice to change. Be inspired to take action and to be that voice. I don't think it can be said often enough. Thank you, students, parents, staff, Board of Education, commissioners, community members, to each of you for everything that you do every day. You are making a difference. Never underestimate that while you might not be able to change the world, you're making a world of change for the people around you, and I continue to be proud to be part of your effort. Congratulations to the Nutley High School class of 2019.
Thank you, Dr. Glazer. On behalf of the Nutley Board of Education, I'd like to welcome everyone to this year's commencement ceremony. I extend this welcome to members of our central office, to our high school administrators, Nutley High School faculty, the Nutley Board of Commissioners, and most importantly, to our graduating seniors, your family and friends. High school graduation always seems so far off when we enter the halls of Nutley High School. I can say that as a graduate from Nutley High School myself and as a parent. It is simply remarkable how quickly these 4 years pass by. Some of you may wish you had more time. Some may be ready for the next phase of life. But I promise you that all of you will look back on your high school experience with fond memories, and maybe only later in life will you recognize how remarkable these years were. Tonight, each of you is graduating from Nutley High School. The Oval is packed with your friends and relatives, and every person here is proud of you, of your accomplishments, and the goals that you've reached. If each of us were to write down a definition of a successful graduate, we would quickly discover that some of the same words and phrases would be repeated over and over again. Common themes would be dedication, perseverance, integrity, honesty, dependability, and hard work. Take a moment and think about how lucky you are to have spent these 4 years at Nutley High School, surrounded by teachers and administrators who truly care about providing you with the tools for a great future. How lucky you are to get to school each day and spend time with your friends, take courses that you're passionate about, play on sports teams, be a part of the music or arts program, and join or create clubs. And how lucky are you to have been supported by your parents and an entire community helping to make your time in Nutley enriching. All of these things have helped to prepare you for whatever comes next in your life. And whether it's a 2-year or a 4-year college, trade school, family, business, or other career, always expand your mind and learn new things. Several graduates have chosen to enlist in the military service, and to you I say a sincere thank you. We truly appreciate the commitment you're making to our country. And graduates, always remember your roots. Nutley is like one of the most enormous small towns you'll ever find. It is built on a culture of neighborliness, volunteerism, and most important, family. And as you get older and you start your own families, you'll come to appreciate the culture of a community like ours. I and the other members of the Nutley Board of Education salute your success. You have met this challenge. Your new challenge is to continue to stretch and extend your abilities. It was once said, successful people hold themselves at a standard beyond those around them. Continue to raise the bar, graduates, and best wishes and success in your future. Thank you.
a birder or grove. Elijah Acosta. Darwin Jose Adegoyan. Trisha Ibani. Blake Alvarez. Ayana Alvarez. Joseph Ambersoni. Javier Argudo Montoya. Genesis Aristi. Haley Oriana. Ashley Marie Avilas. Caitlin Lynn Fox. Philip Baranowski. Madison Ashley Jerome. Tara Barr. Ferreira. Frank Bartel. Natalia Bascuman. Lindsay Marie Bassett. Leah Nicole Beck. Justin Vigerana. Isabella Bernardo. Nayeli Barosky. Gabrielle Beecha. Christopher Gaworquez. Yulia Bolano. Alexandra Bongo. Nicole Brand. Kyle Brendel. Tyler Brown. Nicholas Brugman. Leanna Buckley. Marie Burgos. Rebecca Burrow. Angie Cabrera. Amanda Caggio. Garrett Canfield. Lara Carnival. Rachel Marie Caruso. Michelle Chen. Matthew Joseph Chimento. Kelly Christian. Dominic Lafone. Louis Tomka. Melanie Tomka. Adriana Cordero. Frank Clara. Dante Joseph Costa. Andrew Costanza. Lauren Costello. Annabelle Cruz. Jake Michael Van Dorn. Emily D'Angelo. Brandon Anthony DeVori. Gianna Isabella De Jesus. Nicole DeLuca. Anthony Joseph Denea. Nicholas D. Simone. Abhishek Dixit. Liam Donahue. Vivian Gotoli. Joseph Dotrun. Jennifer Doyle. Matthew Durham. Allison Eli. Darren Ellis. Sarah Michelle Elford. Brianna Barkey. Juliana Farah. Elena Feaster. Stephen Fidel. Anthony Vincent Ferraro. Ali Guerrero. Jose Guerrero. Isabel Fontanelle. Christopher Fody. Tyler Fody. Quincy Deshawn Henry Gilliard. Anthony Rocco Galasa. Anna Gardner. Jonathan Jankarelli. Connor Stephen D'Antonio. Tyler Michael Genetenko. Anthony Gingerelli. Isabella Giordano. Anthony Gola. Caroline Grace Goulet. Rebecca Bernardo. Edward Gregg. Cindy Page Willow. Garrett Rowland. Junior Bowman. Omni Guerra. Joseph Guerra. Louis Guerra. Adriana Noel Guglielmello. Gianna Marie Guido. Ariana Marie Giddens. Bernadine Tibiera Gimmery. Aaron Kyle Hamlin. Justin Maligo. Joel Briones Hernandez. Abraham. Paul Saeed Abraham. Maria Ilaria. Megan Irani. Mariah Shikawa. Amy Jacobson. Adamit James. Nikita James. Priyanka James. Christopher Johnson. Gianna Chanel Johnson. Gianna Rose Joyce. James Schwab. Wayne Kaminsky. William Pavlik. Rachel Picani. Jordan Kavelka. Garth Kurtzman. Daniela Marie. Aaron Lucci. Ayushma Lama. Christopher LaFoix. Brandon Lee. Tyler Lemba. Haley Leva. Camilla Leone. Lecce. Philip Ligori. Kayu Lim. Danielle Law. Ayante Leone. Eric Long. Garibaldi Longo. Nicholas Longo. Isabel Victoria Lopez. Cassidy Ann Loray. Jonathan Liberto. Tiana Machado. Mabel
Mary. Vincenzo Patrick Marinaro. Kelly Martin. Caitlin McHugh. Brandon Meany. Joshua Melendez. Rose Annette Melendez. Michaela Menken. Natalie Menich. Anthony Miola. Valerie Marie Milnicki. Mackenzie Moraski. Keith Morrison. Deanna Mustafa. Jason Moy. John Munoz. Przemysław Nareski. Maida Nassim. Jason Tyler Nazareth. Tatiana Negron. Alexis Nugent. Lindsay Sophia Morgan. Robert Nayakairu. Michael Patrick O'Brien. Julianne O'Halloran. Joshua O'Neill. Alexis Rebecca Orr. Marte Packard. Ashley Palmer. Michael Francisco Pardo. Patricia Alviar Catalinjo. Kaya Patel. Skylar Peluso. Darielis Pena. Emily Nicole Pena.
Luca. Eric Conti. Athena Pamagoulis. Ashley Quesada. Pascal Rajukan. Dominic Raffaelli. Yuvraj Raja. Evan Graham. Vishnu Rana. Dylan Brown. Chelsea Ravolo. Christopher Rodas. Christina Rodier. Valentina Romero Sandales. Richard Robert Rossetti. Jasenia Ruette. Vincent Russo. Adam Ramdani Sakri. Taylor Elizabeth Sedora. Melody Salgado. Christopher John Salisbury. Gianna Salvo. Eric Sanabria. Marissa Sanchez. Rafael Sanchez. Ryan Stanford. Alessandra Santoriello. Elizabeth Joy Stocking. Joseph Sasso. Paul Schaefer. Vincent Patrick Sheehan. Megan Rose Schmelz. Tyler Ryan Schoonmaker. Gianna Searles. Christian Hiroaki Shimodokuro. Gia Sevilla. Gianna Signorelli.
Vaccarelli. Adrian Sanami. Dana Slaughterback. Sarah Smith. Jake Sokolowski. Taylor Alexandra Soto. Christopher Sosa. Jessica Spagnuolo. Jessica Spitz. Stefania Stalter. Nicholas Stramel. Nicole Sullivan. Alexis Serena. Jordan Swan. Austin Sweeney. Brandon Tyler Saito. Alyssa Marie Tantillo. Annette Tassamir. Carlos Manuel Tellis. Nicholas Thayer. Cindy Marie Christian Ray Torres. Vincent Tura. Melena Ugliero. Leonardo Ulloa. Nicholas Vaccarelli. Daniela Vaccarezza. Nicholas Valente. Olivia Ray Van Schuyck. Aaliyah Vega. Damon James Velasquez. Erin Veltri. Desiree Vigilante. Rebecca Digna. Brandon Volari. Samantha Wallace. Jake Whitehouse. Courtney Wild. Ryan Wild. Zika Reyes Paragus. Nina Patel. Nicole Lynn Potash. Catherine Reyes. Michael Torillo. Catherine Grace Contini. Kayla Leanne Cunningham. Olivia Brisbinski. Thais Jimenez. Joseph Mesa Ramirez. Matthew Rodriguez. Eric Chaudette. Now for your class of 2019 officers. Student Council Treasurer, Eric Palomino. Student Council Recording Secretary, Jillian Marie Garner. Student Council President, Zowar Ahmed. Senior Class Representative, Emily Alexandra McIntyre. Senior Class Treasurer, Grace Anastasia Pula. Senior Class Secretary, Jaylene Murillo. Senior Class Vice President, Natalia Raquel Acevedo. Student Council Vice President and the 2019 Salutatorian, Faith Bartel. Your 2019 Valedictorian, Owen Morris. Finally, your Senior Class President, Sabrina Jane Quo.
second if you can. You do the whole thing.